Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming in. So today we are going to, our top priority is to finish assignment 2. So I'll take you through the last few steps to basically get it ready to print, to deal with the line weights to see which lines you want heavier and lighter, and any other small steps that may be involved along the way. So we'll get that completed, and then I'll go around assisting people that need to, if anyone needs help printing it, so you can submit it, let me know, I can help you out during class. Just to let you know, for the final submission, when you upload the files, please give me a printed PDF, which we'll do this class, and also the CAD file, just so that I have it in case anything is wrong with the PDF. I can grade your stuff using that. So that's that. Is there anyone here today that wants to get their house? I see a few houses, so I'm assuming you would like me to grade those with you. So I'll do that. And, or no, maybe before that, I can introduce you guys. We can start, I'll grade the houses. We can take us for a break, and then we can start assignment 3, and just get it set up. I know you're going into reading week next week, but I'll just get you guys going on it. So if you want to, you can continue on it, okay? Okay, so hopefully everyone is around this level of completion. This is where the last video left off. So we have our drawing in Paperspace. We've got a title block in here. If you want to change any of this stuff, you can. You should actually change some of this stuff. So for instance, draw and by, I can double click here, and I should be able to type Jacob Zamba. If it has too much text that I don't need, I can just delete some of it. And I would kind of go through field by field. Take your time, because there is some marks assigned for getting this right. So just kind of go through. If you don't know something, just take your best guess, and fill out that title block. Now, so we only have a few steps left to be ready to print. So number 1, we have to set up our page. And then we have to deal with line weights. So we're gonna start by setting up our page, then switch to line weights, then finish setting up the page, and that'll hopefully make sense in retrospect. So to set up the page, I'm gonna type in page. It's all one word: page setup manager. And if you type just page setup, it'll probably give you. I think the command's called page setup. I guess it's shorter these days. And you should get this menu here. And so I'm going to click modify, and here right now I'm on my laptop, so you may have different printers available than I do, but I'm going to do Adobe PDF. So hopefully you guys have something like Adobe PDF. Did I go too fast? Should I go back? Yeah, okay. I'm going to escape out of this. Okay, so let's start again. So I'm on caps lock here. So page setup, and then it'll give me a little thing I can click here at the bottom. I'm going to click it, and I get this dialog box. So now it's going to show all of the page layouts that I have. Right now we only have one down here. In other drawings, you have a whole bunch of tabs. That's normal, but this time we just have one. So I'm going to pick the one that I want, and I'm going to go to the right here and say modify. And so the first thing, okay, so this has a bunch of fields in it, and I know it's always a bit confusing to use it for the first few times, but it's worth figuring it out, because this is really what you need to print the drawing and to set it up correctly. If you can get this right, everything else kind of falls into place. So just in the order that I would do it, always pick your printer first, in my opinion, because each printer has different page sizes. So if you pick the wrong printer or you don't pick one, now you're kind of sizing everything to a page size you might not be happy with. You get everything set up perfectly, and then you're like, oops, I didn't pick my printer. You click the printer and everything changes, and you got to go through it again. So I would say pick the printer first. We don't physically have to print it. It's don't worry about that, but we do need a PDF of it. So I'm going to pick Adobe PDF. Do you guys have that on your computers? No? Do you have anything that has Adobe or PDF in it? Sorry? Yeah, let's do AutoCAD PDF. I'll do that as well. AutoCAD PDF high quality is what I have, so I'll try that. It should be fine. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is pick my paper size. So in here, click on paper size, and we're gonna try, let me know if you have Arch D. Sometimes there's a lot of choices. Arch D right here. I do have it. Do you guys have it? It's 36 by 24 inches. Perfect. If there's two options, like with me, I have two. I have Arch D 24 by 36 and 36 by 24. I'd like it to be in landscape, so I'm just going to take the landscape one with 36 across. Perfect. Now, here, this is something that can save you a bit of time. Don't exit out of this yet. I'm just going to show you one thing, so I'm going to exit out for a second. A lot of people seem to... that's not the page size I thought we'd have. Let's see here. Arch D. Okay, I guess it is. That's fine. So, a lot of people, well, everyone should worry. You really want this setup to be centered on your page. And so a lot of people will kind of zoom in and measure the page and try to find the center and do all kinds of stuff. That will work, but I'm going to show you a really messy way you can do it perfectly every time. So I'm purposely going to move my thing so it's not centered, okay? My thing is going to be way out here. I'd get in a lot of trouble if I submitted it like that. So now I'm going to go back to page setup. So back to where I left you guys. And here under what to plot, I'm going to go down and click window. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it, display, extent, and they all kind of work, but I think this is the easiest one. So click window and literally just click on the top left corner and all the way on the bottom right corner of what you want to print. Not just the window, but of what all the stuff you want to include in your drawing. So I'm going to click all the way down on the right to the bottom of the title block. And then here I'm going to say, there's an option saying center plot. Okay, see that little button there? And now if I click preview, it should have it perfectly centered. And it does all the work for you. It'll center it right on the page. You don't have to see, you know, I've done it myself with just even kind of zooming in, moving it a little bit this way, that way. It can take up a long time. Do yourself a favor and just save yourself that time. So, to get out of preview, I'm just going to hit escape. Now, we need to, next I would go to plot scale. So here, I would switch it as 1:1, I think, in millimeter. Oh boy. Yeah, let's do 1:1 millimeter. I'm pretty sure that's what we should have it. And after every time you do a change, you can always go back to preview and make sure it still looks right. Yep, still looks okay. So now, the last thing we need to do, you guys, we have to pick the plot table, plot style table. So this basically tells each color how thick it's going to be of the lines. And right now I'm guessing you guys have in here, it says cannot find, or you have like a little exclamation symbol or a warning symbol or something, right? Okay, so let's go back to the Humber Blackboard website. Under lesson 1, oh, wrong one. Keyboard, Humber Blackboard. Under lesson 1, there should be something called like Humber, new Humber or something, CTB, something like that. So lecture 1, New Humber College CTB. Okay, so I'm going to click that. It should download, so it's going to be in my download folder. And now I'm going to go back to CAD. I'm going to click OK and get out of this for a second. So I'm just going to click OK and close. It'll save all the changes. You can see my, I moved my whole drawing off the page, and now because it's centered, it's back in place. So the changes we made are saved. now I think it's called Style Manager. There's a shortcut they gave us. Style Manager? Style Manager, okay. Just click that. It should open a like Windows Explorer box. Okay, it did not. Style Manager. Unknown command, okay. Did it work for you guys? It did? Oh, okay. Style Manager? Oh, Styles Manager, maybe that's it. Sorry guys, Styles, plural, Manager. Did that work out? Okay, so now I'm gonna go and open a separate window, or you know what, you don't have to, you can always just use the back button. So I'm gonna go to Downloads, right click and copy. The new Humber College CTB. I'm gonna go back to where I was and right click and paste. Now for me, I think I already have it in here. Oh, never mind, it put it in. All good. Which was the new Humber one? I downloaded it from, so if you go to the Blackboard website, at the lesson 1 or lecture 1, at the very bottom, there's a new Humber College CTB. Got it? Oh. That's the one we want to put in there. So once you copy it over, are people still copying it, or did it work? We'll work on putting it on the picture. Okay, yeah. Where do you paste it? So in that same folder that comes up when you type Styles Manager, that's the one you want it in. Okay, so now that we've got it in there, I'm going to go back to page setup. Back to this dialog box, modify. And in here, hopefully now it has the new Humber College CTB and you don't have an error message next to it. Is it working? Yeah? Okay. Perfect. Now the only problem is I think they set it up wrong. So if you go to preview, maybe I've already messed with mine. I already messed with mine. But I think if you guys go to preview, your insulation and other hatches will be super dark and your other lines are super light. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. So I'm not sure why they gave us that file if it's not set up correctly, but that's okay. We can correct that quite easily. So I'm just going to hit escape to get back to this menu. Okay, and there's a little icon next to New Humber College CTB called Edit. So we're going to click that. And it's useful anyway to know how to use this, just in case you get one of these files and it's a bit off. You can mess with it. So there's a couple of ways to do it. Some people prefer to do it in this table view format. This is sort of the quick and effective way to do it. It's a little bit It doesn't give you as much nuance, but it will serve our purpose. So I'm going to go to this menu here. Everyone in there? Okay. I'm going to click, first thing I'm going to do is I want to set all of these colors have a different, well, whatever color you click on, it's going to give you a couple of bits of information. So we set, let's say, for instance, color red. The line weight is going to be 0.2 millimeters when you print. They've assigned it a virtual pen 7 and a pen, real pen number 1. Those are all different ways of measuring thickness. I prefer to just do it by millimeters. So we got a 0.2 millimeter line weight, and we're not going to worry about the rest of the weights. Okay. So what we're going to do is click the, first we want to make sure everything is the same standard thickness, and then we can set a few different colors, thicker or thinner. Otherwise it gets confusing because as you can see there's already a bunch of different red colors and every other color, and it goes down, you know, there's 255. So I'm going to click the first one. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, hold down the shift key and click 255, and that should select all of them. Then I'm going to go to where it says line weight, and I'm going to set it to 0.2 millimeters. Let me know if I'm going too fast. So 0.2 millimeters. And now I know that all of these colors, 0.2 millimeters, by the way, is about the standard. Okay, so that's what you want, like an average thing on your drawing to be. So now that I know everything is that width, I can now go to the green color, which is where we have our hatch. That's where we want our thinnest stuff to be. And I'm going to set that to 0.09. I'm going to make it really thin. And you can play with this stuff. You can set. Usually, your eye can resolve at least 3 different line weights easily. Some people will say 5 or 7. I wouldn't go much higher than that because your eye won't pick it up if the line is slightly thinner or slightly thicker at that. If you have 7 different kinds, I would say stick to 3 to 5. And if you followed my example from before, the blue line weights you might want to have a little bit thicker. So I'm going to click the dark blue color. And I will make that, let's say, 0.35. Okay? And save and close. And I'm going to click on preview. So it's starting to look a little bit better. You can see the hatches are quite thin. Everything else has a standard thickness to it. These are nice and thick. The dimensions I'd like to have sort of the standard thickness, not the extra thick. I think that's a lot on the blue line weight. So maybe I'll just hit escape and get out of here for a second. But when you're leaving your page setup manager, always hit OK. I'm not sure if you hit escape and you just escape out of it, if it'll save your changes. And so I'm just going to double click in here, pick my dimensions, and I can just quickly, kind of quick and messy, change them to a different color and do page setup again. Preview it. And you can see they are a slightly thinner line type now than this one. And so that's how I can get ready to plot. So I'll slowly kind of keep playing with it, do changes. See, for instance, here I may want to make this insulation band a little bit wider so it bumps up against this. So I might want to change the line type on that. If you see dashed lines that aren't appearing dashed, but you want them to, see, these ones look okay, so we don't have to change the line type scale. But if it wasn't, we may want to change the line type scale a little bit. And you can slowly go through your drawing and troubleshoot all the parts that you want to fix. And that's it. I guess the last thing, we may want to make the viewport invisible. So right now, if we print, we still have a line down here, and we only have one drawing on the page, right? If we had more, we would want to move it a bit to the right. and put a line separating it and another drawing on the page, but we don't have that right now. So we may as well delete, not delete it, just hide the frame of the viewport. And so I think should be quite easy. We click on it. I guess no, sorry, that line isn't my viewport. My viewport is the whole thing. This is a line I have in the actual drawing, so maybe I would delete that. And that's it. And so I know it's a lot, but now in all of the videos, actually I guess I could stop that video now and keep it quite short.